Well, if it isn't from one rival to another rival, we go from the Toronto Maple Leafs in round one to facing the Ottawa Senators. This is not the first go-around we've had with the Sens in the playoffs. I think we've had a few other meetings with Ottawa. Geographically, very close to Montreal, or closer to Montreal actually than Toronto is, right? I believe, if my Canadian geography is correct, that Montreal and Ottawa quite close to each other for the most part. So geographical rivals, divisional rivals as well, and renewing that rivalry in the playoffs in round number 2. Let's take a look at how the Sens stack up. Okay, the Ottawa Senators going into this round. This is a team that, I guess I've said this in the past, I've pointed this out before. There's not really a stud. I mean, Corey Conacher is kind of a stud. He's 87 overall. You can't downplay that player. But playing on the second line, they have Lapointe, 79 overall sniper on the first line. So there's definitely, you can't tell me that there isn't an injury with this Senators squad with Lapointe playing on the first line. But Zibanejad maintains his spot on the first line center position. Mallette is the playmaking right wing alongside of Zibanejad. Turris down the middle, Talusti down the middle, Howden down the middle on the fourth line. This is a deep team. They have Fraser McLaren there, the enforcer on the third line, just to add a little bit of toughness to that group. So this is a decent forward core. I'd like to see what a potential injury would be. Their defense core is Cody Ceci, Weirkoch, Calvin, Erik Karlsson. How crazy is it that they're playing Erik Karlsson on the second D pair? Now, Karlsson is very close to retirement at this point in his career, but he's capable, definitely, of still getting it done. Delzato, Kishton, this D-core is amazing. Tremendous D-core. Is it going to be enough to shut us down? That's what we're going to find out as we play this series. Their power play, it looks like that. I'm not going to break this power play down, but I'm going to show it on the screen for you. Their penalty kill as well. I overskipped it by 1. There it is. Penalty kill. This is just the normal 5-on-4 penalty kill for the Ottawa Senators. Their goaltenders, Robin Lehner. And I'm not sure of the first name, but Corbin is the backup goaltender to Lehner. It's quite obvious that we are going to see Robin Lehner in this series, the 86 overall hybrid goalie. We're going to look at their stats now. All skaters sorted by points. Kyle Turris is the missing player. I figured that Kyle Turris was the missing player in the lineup. That's who's out with an injury. Turris is 34 years old now. He's down to a 3-star potential rating, but still an 84 overall player. He is officially listed as a center, but I guess for Ottawa, he'd be playing on the left wing position. He has 2 goals, 5 points in the 6 games. Erik Karlsson with 4 assists. He is 33. Okay, I thought Karlsson was older than that for some reason, because Karlsson, you know, in the real world, Karlsson, so we're playing, what are we playing here? We're playing in the 23-24 season. So it's 2024 in the game world. That's what I thought. Basically, the game world is 2 years behind at this point in the GM mode. It's 2 years behind where we are in the real world as I record this video. So Karlsson, last year with the Sens, they made the Cup final. That's right. These are the defending Eastern Conference champions from a season ago. They lost to the Colorado Avalanche, right? I hope I'm right about that. I think it was the Avalanche that they lost to in the final. Corey Conacher, 2 goals, 3 points, just showing you the production. And I'm just going to go down the list instead of breaking all this down, because I could spend a ton of time breaking down the production of the Senators in round number 1. The big concern for me is their goaltending and their defense. Are they giving up a lot of goals? They obviously have made it here. Lehner with a 2.46 GAA, so that's very respectable. The save percentage has got to be like a 920 something. It is a 92.1, so a 921 save percentage through 1 round of play and 6 games. He has 4 wins, 2 losses, and he hasn't been pulled from the net. So Lehner and that defense so far has not been an issue for Ottawa. And who's still left in the playoffs entering round 2 as well? It's Phoenix and Vancouver out west. That'll be McDavid on the Canucks and Axel Arnason Arneson, my created player for the draft classes when we started the GM mode. Loic Arnaud, another one of those players created for the draft class before the GM mode started, and he was taken by Phoenix. So Phoenix has Kane, Patrick Kane that is. They have Arnaud. They have Laurent Dauphin. There's another player in the Phoenix team that won the President's Trophy yet again. St. Louis playing Anaheim. Over here in the East, we get the Ottawa Senators. We know that already. The New Jersey Devils take on the Carolina Hurricanes. And we've got a lot of playoff history in the East Final in this GM mode with the Carolina Hurricanes. And what's interesting is that tonight in the real world as well, as of the day that I'm recording this, the Hurricanes and the Habs actually throw down in real life in the real Eastern Conference Final. Is that what's about to happen here in the GM mode? Of course, we're going to find out. I would actually love to play New Jersey because it would just be a new team to go up against that we've not yet seen in the postseason here. Let's get into the gameplay. Feels so good to be back in the second round because we missed it. We totally missed the second round a season ago. It was the first time we have been knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. In the entire GM mode, we lost to the Boston Bruins. There are no Bruins to go up against. It's either the Hurricanes or the New Jersey Devils in the next round for one of these two teams. It's not a guarantee that our Canadiens are going to make it to that next round. I'm super thrilled to be here playing these games, and that was quite the game as well. That amazing Game 5 against Toronto, the comeback, the best third period comeback that I've ever had. I don't think it can even be topped. We have a sloppy play to begin the game. Millette gets it up to Lapointe. He's going to cut back, a little peel back move, and a shot on goal. Hedman's got to find it in his feet. He will outlet the puck to Duchesne off the skated patch. Ready? So a bit of a scrambled start to this game here. Hedman collides with his man along the boards. Mark Stahl gets that puck and elevated back out to center ice. Got to get some pressure on Cody Ceci. So I'm thrilled about this evening because I pointed it out in the intro to this game. The Canes and Habs do battle tonight. Eastern Conference Final Game 1 from Raleigh here in North Carolina. I'm not going to be going. I've already made it my appearance at a playoff game. I actually looked. The parking is ridiculous. Prices on their own are ridiculous. Parking is insanely ridiculous for this first game in the series. I went to the first game against the second game rather. I went to the second game against the Senators back in round 1. I was there. That's when I posted my... That guy looks like Su Kai Ming! Hey, come on, Vince. That's racist, man. But I was there. I posted my picture of Lars Eller to the community. I made a community post with Lars Eller because he was my third-line center for a while here in this GM mode. So to see him in real life, of course, I'm sure Lars Eller would care that he was my third-line center in the GM mode. But I was there at the second game of that series. That was a fun game. That was the one that went to overtime. Was it double OT? And I was at the game. I figured, of course, this would be the game that I would go to, and he goes to double OT. We're going to get the first power play of the game. And I talked about it already, you know, how good of a season the Canadiens have had this year. It's been a very impressive, not just an impressive regular season. This is a team that's on the rise in the real world. You know, I would say that they've overachieved in this playoff so far. I don't know if they were expected to make the conference final in this season of competition. Of course, it's not the first time that this core for the Canadiens has made the playoffs. They had an appearance last year, and unfortunately for them, they lost in the first round. We're having a slow start to this power play as I talk about the real life Habs. But maybe some greater expectations placed upon the team, I guess, coming into this season. And they have surpassed those expectations. We're going to try to punch this puck a little bit wide. LeBlanc, I want to set up and focus on this power play for a moment. Then we can continue. I can continue my conversation out loud. LeBlanc, back up the boards, get it to Duchesne. I want that pass through the seam, but Monahan's not a one-timing option, and I love the one-timer on the power play. That's why I love the one-timer. Matt Duchesne scores off the umbrella setup. Wonderful goal. Jared Cowan skating out of the box. The captain, second time in this postseason. He's made it on the board. Back up top to Hedman. He slings it over to Duchesne, who is able to fire it, I think, along the ice. I don't think this puck ever left the ice surface. Very subtle celebration as well from number 95. He's used to scoring goals like this at this point in the season. It's just an expectation for Matt Duchesne this year at this time of the year to get it done. Dump in on Lehner. He's going to settle that for CC. So back to the conversation at hand out loud because it's a talking point for me. Yeah, the Habs have had a tremendous season. This postseason has been perhaps, I guess, unexpected success. I don't know what what was expected going in because you had Tampa in the first round, and I legitimately don't know if Canadiens fans were expecting their team to beat Tampa in that best of 7 because obviously the Lightning are, going into that series, were the more experienced team. They have the postseason experience. They have a veteran roster. They have some really stud players on that team, Kucherov to name one. They didn't have Hedman, I think, for the entire series. Hedman was out with an injury. Of course, we know all about Hedman in the video game here. Has been for a long time. But that was, I legitimately was expecting the Habs to give it a competitive go. I didn't actually realistically expect them to beat Tampa Bay going into that series. But they played well. Dobich played well. Dobich has been on a run for the Canadiens in that one. And obviously tonight I will not be cheering for the Canadiens as I am a Hurricanes fan. I will be heavily cheering and rooting against the Canadiens tonight. But I'm hoping for a competitive series. I'm expecting a competitive series. And may the better team win that one. It's going to be a battle of two really good goaltenders. Two of the better goaltenders in the playoffs. And I know Freddie Anderson, he gets criticized, but man, that guy tends to show up in the playoffs. Kucherov scores backdoor. This guy continues to light the lamp on fire. That is his 8th of the postseason. We are the first game of the second round. We are 2 rounds deep now. And certainly helps. That's one goal to start his run toward a potential hat trick this evening. I'm not expecting a hat trick out of Kucherov in this game, but I'll take it if he can get one. So how about my top 6 is performing early on in this game. Duchesne on the power play. Kucherov at 5-on-5 has extended the Canadiens' lead. A bit of a shock to this crowd here at the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa. Or technically Canada, if you want to get technical about it. It's Canada, which is, I guess Canada is considered part of Ottawa. It's further away from downtown Ottawa. That I know. We'll try this on the backhand. I promise you, this is not a super easy difficulty that I'm playing on. The pucks are just going in tonight. Off the wraparound, Denis Kamayev. He protected the puck around, puck shield to the backhand, slides it along the ice surface past Robin Lehner. Is that enough to give him the tug from the net? Would you tug the goaltender out of the goal crease? I don't think so. Lehner has not been pulled to this point in the playoffs, but he's given up 3 goals as we played the halfway point in this first period. Just the first period of play. One of them a power play goal, of course. So you can't really fault the goaltender for that one. One-time power play goal as well to that point. And then he gave up. Begers! I don't think that's allowed, buddy. That was a really weird play for Begers. We'll poke it back to center ice where Conacher will meet Ryan Kucherov. I was listening to this song earlier today, Machine Head by Bush. Well, he went to, I don't really know what, that was such an awkward play for Begers. It's like he went to do a slap shot, he pulled up on it, missed the puck, And then he kind of went for a hip check. And as he went for the hip check, I guess the referees deemed it as the Sens player could not play the puck. I want to just flip dump this behind later. It'll bounce over the net, almost onto the stick of Sean Monahan in front. Virtanen carries along. Poke check, back to Patch Ready. He tried to go between the two Sens players. Virtanen was in that mix. Kyle Turris, who, and I didn't see, Virtanen gets the Senators on the board, though, with a power play goal. One-time action. Past the glove side of Fucale, that gets the Sens in the game. Somebody definitely missed their assignment for the Canadiens. Yeah, no one was covering in front of the net. You got to cover the net front. When there's a power play, Hedman missed it. We had two guys on the same side of the ice there. I think both my defensemen on that penalty kill were on the exact same. So if you split the ice in half vertically, we had two defensemen on the exact same side of the rink. That's a big goal for Ottawa. They needed that one because, giving up 3 goals at this early point in the game, you're chasing it big time. If you can at least get one going into the intermission from the Ottawa perspective, if you can at least get one, you're going to make it a far more competitive game going through the next 2 periods of play. You just need to get your act together for the rest of it. And obviously, I hope my team is not done scoring goals. Is this going to be another high-scoring affair like we've seen a few of those games with Toronto? That'll be a trip. So Biegers takes a penalty on the previous sequence. Now he's going to draw one on this one. It'll be a power play back to the Canadiens. I need Matt Duchene. Set it up off of the umbrella. And I haven't mentioned this at all. I don't think I've mentioned this at any point in this recording. But I'm recording with a different microphone because I'm not recording from my home. So, I wasn't ready for Severson to get that puck. But I brought my normal dynamic microphone, but I didn't bring a clip for it so it can hook to a mic stand. Yeah, that was a big miss for Zibanejad. But I'm hoping that there are no issues with the audio, the quality of the audio, or any noises coming off of this microphone or anything like that. Hopefully it sounds good. Just pointing it out that I'm not using my typical, at least microphone. I got a similar setup. All my other recording materials are the same for the audio, but the microphone a little bit different. I have a completely different setup in terms of how I'm facing the mic as well, because it's a different type of microphone. So I'm facing it a little differently, speaking into the mic a little bit differently as well. Big stick lift at center ice. I'm going to play this and go with it, Kudrowinski. You got the magic stick right now for the Canadiens. Kudrowinski, backdoor pass, but Niederreiter ran into Lehner. The pass was not even close to being on the mark. Fucale, dangerous. Oh my goodness, toe drag move by Ming, and we're going to have to do a second one because I thought I had a teammate up there, but I did not. Kudrowinski has been laid into next week with that hit. Monahan ships it back up the boards. We go again. Stop. Help from Ming. This is an aggressive Senators team at neutral ice. Back for Hedman. Blocked down on the way through. Kudrowinski couldn't get it. This is a sloppy gameplay. Holy goodness, geez. Delzato out to center ice. Onto the stick of Talusti. His retrieving action leads to a deke. He could play it away, but will play it away from the pressure of Talusti. Ming is not an option, but now he is. Windmill. Deke around those two defenders. I did 2 dekes in a row. That was really smooth. But unfortunately, the second one we didn't have the handle on. And this is Victor Hedman's chance. I don't know why we're looking at Hedman. That is the deke that Sukai Ming just did. And then we get a view of Victor Hedman on the bench. I don't know what that has to do with Victor Hedman. Vovoda losing this face-off. Will knock it down. Nice job to stay in on the forecheck. Bertrand behind the back feed. Terrifying, and that was clever. But no goal. Of course, Robin Lehner answers the bell on that save. He needed to have it. Dumped in to the far corner. To the right of Fucale. Severson settles. That's a dangerous pass that leads to Erik Karlsson with a turnover. Gathering it at center. He wheels it up again into the Canadian zone. Tamernis. Pivot move in his own zone in front of his net. Up to Pacioretty. Pacioretty, pump fake, will drag the puck to the outside against Karlsson. Board pin by Erik Karlsson. Duchene toward the point. Shot is knocked down by Howden. He's going to be pressured by Kudrowinski. Back up for Cowan along the boards. Cowan will pressure, send it in for Howden. He'll scoop it up, sling it to Frolik. Samuelson at the red line dumps it further for a line change. Begris, saucer pass for Brassard, a little behind Brassard, around the defender. And I don't think and scores! Wow, Brassard! I think that was Carlson that he deked out and he gets the goal. A weak first period for Robin Lehner. And the Senators as a whole. We don't even get the replay of the deke. We just see the leg kick. Look at the pump fake from Brassard. I think that he fakes forehand, goes backhand, opens up that little bit of net on the shorthand, or the short side, past the glove hand of Lehner. There has been no goaltender change, but there wouldn't be. I mean, a minute to go in the period. You make that change in the intermission. Period to forget for Lehner. He's not prepared to play the Canadiens. Backdoor to Mark Stahl. Wow, Johnny on the spot. Hedman, that's a loose handle. I'm going to poke that back down for Hedman. Now go LeBlanc. That was a nice little interchange. LeBlanc spins off the body contact, forces the puck for Niederreiter. Intercepted, of course, by Weirkoch. Cross rink for Ceci. He'll dump it in as it's swatted down by Fucale. Strong first period by the Canadiens. We've solved Lehner. I think whoever the Sens played in the first round, I forgot who it was already. I think it was Florida. They had a tough time solving Lehner, apparently, as he came out of that first round with a 92 save percentage. The save percentage is in the gutter after one period. 4 goals on 10 shots. Really impressive stuff by the Habs. There's one Habs fan sitting right there between a bunch of Sens fans. You should be electric right now, buddy. Your team just scored 4 goals in the first period. Likely could be the game. Scoring 4, it's hard to imagine. Not impossible. Hard to imagine that this Canadiens team gives up 4 goals and loses this, more than 4 goals, and loses this game. Lehner is still in there. I mean, I would have taken him out. I probably would have taken him out after the 3rd goal, but that's just me. It depends on what your philosophy is. Maybe the head coach here is ride or die with Robin Lehner, but I would have pulled him. That's my personal opinion. He's having a struggling game. The 3rd goal went in with all of 9 minutes to go in the first period as well. So, I mean, I don't remember who the backup goaltender is here in Ottawa, but I would have gone to him a lot quicker than they might in this game. They may still go to the backup if Lehner continues to struggle. We are struggling to get the puck out of our zone right now. It's sent all the way down for Carlson to handle. He got burned, torched, in fact, by Derek Brassard. What a move! Oh my goodness, we are pulling off all the dekes tonight, man. Unbelievable stuff. Su Kai-Ming at center dumped into his own zone. Maybe that was a set play he had in mind for Zach Fucale. Oh, this puck's behind Fucale. We can play this. We have space to the left, up to Pacioretty. That'll be dumped in. I don't know. That's an aggressive dump in for a flip dump, and it works out to our favor, to our benefit for Duchesne. Up and over, move behind. Oh my goodness. I thought Duchesne was going to score with that. I've made it tricky here tonight. I'm bringing out all my tricks. I don't want to show the Ottawa Senators everything that I have in the bag in one game, but I'm giving it a proper go right now. Mallette back on net. Pacioretty, flip dump to center ice. Settled by Delzato. This has been a fun game. It's always fun when you're dominating, of course. And I wanted to talk about that Leafs series because I thought that Toronto series was just going to be a goaltender's duel, the way that their goalie was playing. I thought we were going to struggle to find a way to put the puck past their goalie. We're struggling right now. That puck chop will be the touch. So you can't puck chop it into the empty net on a delayed penalty when your team takes a penalty, as it turns out. I didn't believe that I could. It was such a frantic D-zone possession for us that I felt like I just needed to go haywire and take a penalty or try to make something happen to get the puck for your team so you can get possession and clear the zone, which we failed to do. But my goodness, man, even when we try to clear the zone, it gets blocked down by the Sens. That'll be Duchesne. Duchesne looks like a man on a mission. Look at Duchesne. Okay, and he kills more time with this play, by the way. So Weiss, and now Duchesne can handle. It'll be knocked down, center ice. Duchesne, He's just, oh my God, Duchesne, you freaking magician, man. Weiss, shot on goal. Kuzminski chopping at it and failing against Cody Ceci. Turris. That was a risky pass for Delzato. It'll be dumped in on Fucali. Oh, why did Hedman peel away? He would have had that puck. Behind the net, Turris. Talusti back up top. Kishton shot. Save, rebound. Conacher scores. He's been the biggest producer for the Ottawa Senators in the playoffs. He's got a goal on the power play. Mark Stahl, frustratingly, out of the box. We just kind of, a couple of D-zone possessions lately. I realize that we've given up 2 power play goals to the Sens, so we're going to have to tighten up our penalty kill. But we just getting these frantic D-zone possessions. We can't get possession of the puck. We can't get it out. We can't clear the zone and alleviate that pressure. I'm also hot dogging the puck a lot with Duchesne, but I mean, you would hot dog the puck too with Duchesne if you could have Matt Duchesne on your team in a GM mode episode. Severson, that was our chance to get the puck, but Sukai Ming does the job. Chased down by Carlson. Look at the hustle effort from number 65. EK65 is on it through center ice. He's going to dump this in. There's no other choice. But for the Sens defenseman, Tamernis is on it. He was pressured by the forecheck. Frolik sends it down low. Sens want to grind a cycle. Severson's going to have to defend. He's on his man. Up top, Carlson shrugged away from him on the poke check. Millette handles near the point. Board pinned. He's going to get help from Cody Ceci. That puck is LeBlanc's, and he's in the clear. He's off to the races. He's in the distance. He scores on the breakaway. Is that the night done for Robin Lehner? Poor choice of execution, or lack of execution, from the Sens defenseman. Weirkoch chases down on the back check. I think it was Ceci that had the turnover. There were multiple Sens players involved on that turnover. Man, this coach believes in Robin Lehner. He believes in... I mean, it's not even all Robin Lehner's fault. It's not that. That's not what I'm trying to say about pulling Robin Lehner, is I'm not insinuating that he's the one entirely responsible for these goals. That was a breakaway. You know, they've given up 2 power play goals, I believe. Oh, no. Begris is down. It's a major! It's a major! I mean, it better be. My defenseman is writhing in pain on the ice surface. Oh, that's how you know you're a sore loser. I think it's Fraser. It is Fraser McLaren. Game misconduct, interference. The frustration is seeping out of Fraser McLaren. That's sore loser mentality is what that is. Our team's getting spanked. We're getting our cheeks clapped. And so what I'm going to do is take it all out on your team with an intent to injure. So the umbrellas look pretty good tonight, so let's keep rolling this umbrella. I see it. Oh, patch ready. That was nearly in. Oh, boom. Back. Duchesne. Okay, that's fine as long as we handle it. We settle it. A blank. He's going to deflect. That'll be cleared. A little frustrating. We gave Carlson a pretty easy clear, and we waste a minute of the major penalty, but that's okay because we have a long power play still to go. Patch ready. Boom. Too easy. I'm not playing on an easier difficulty. We've just been spanking these guys tonight. Bent over the barrel. I don't know what to say, Ottawa. You've got... this is supposed to be a stacked decor, by the way. We looked at the defense. At the beginning of this video, we looked at the Senators' lines and D pairs. This is a stacked decor. I mean, it's supposed to be, on paper anyway. But we are tearing this decor to shreds. You can't take these penalties either. The major penalty does not help. And we've got one on the major. Fake that. How dare you injure Chris Begers. There's a big shot with a rebound on the end of it. Kujawinski. Look at this puck protection. Kick down low, cleared by Delzato. 3:22 to go on the power play. Less than that now. Saucer pass, Kujawinski, perfectly placed off the board. Cut to the middle. Yeah. Off the mask of Robin Lehner, still in there. This is his punishment to endure. We'll bank this out wide. Feed it. Ming, back up top. A lot of moving parts on this power play, but I like it. We're playing with confidence. Do I look like a master genius right now on the power play? Look at the puck movement on that. Did you not? I was just trying to be kind of silent because I was enjoying the process of moving that puck around. Easy goal for Niederreiter. Lehner, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not. This power play just needed to get its confidence going, and he's not pulled. I was listening for the PA guy. He's still in there. What are you doing to Robin Lehner, man? His confidence is totally destroyed. Severson, have a go. Blocked. Pacioretty. Down low for Tamernis. This feels good, man. And when you're in control like this, it feels so good. Tamernis, okay. Back up top for Duchesne. Yep. Lost the handle. Lehner will cover. And it's just a normal penalty kill now. 2 minutes of power play time. What is Damon Severson doing? AI-controlled Severson at the end of that moment there after the whistle. He ran into Lehner. Look at the spin move, the cheeky little spin move by Duchesne. It didn't lead to anything, but I thought I would try it. This power play is so good. When it gets going, the juices are flowing for the power play. That was a deflection, saved by Lehner. We'll play it to the boards, up top, down. Did they take a penalty? The stick broke. They did. 5-on-3. Ottawa coming unhinged, man. These guys are so coming apart at the seams in this game right now. It's game 1. So we've scored how many times? Twice on the major power play. We've looked really good with the umbrella setup. What happens with one less man on the ice for Ottawa? Well, Erik Karlsson gets a clear for starters. That's the first thing that he does. He did. Oh my God! I saw that forechecker. I can't have another injury. Begers could be. Is Begers even in the game? Down low for Duchesne. We're gonna toss this puck around because we can work that magic. Down low to Murnus. Over for Severson, keeping it. LeBlanc. Oh my God, that's frustrating. Back door in front. Almost went between the 5-hole. I don't think Pacioretty got a piece of that. I'm just trying to go to work here. This is basically power play practice for me. I can't believe Lehner is still in there. Who's the head coach? What are you doing? This is cruel and unusual punishment by the Sens head coach. I don't know if it's Travis Green or not. It might be. What if it's Travis Green? We're gonna go here. We'll get to that puck. I got there first. Down low. Monahan. Pass it in front of the net. Okay. Cleared by Delzato. Cleared by Delzato. Little frustrating. I had a guy wide open on the back door standing in front of Lehner. Right there to Niederreiter. Windmill move. Okay. Oh, whoa. These passes were pretty horrendous there at the end of that power play. But, we don't need the goal. So that's the nice part about it, is that we know that unless Fucali really does crap the bed here, we're going to win this game. So we don't need any more offensive support. Just got to lock it down, play a good game here. Ottawa has done anything but play a good game. We were flat-footed there. And we're lucky Turris didn't get a chance. That's the chance that he gets. He almost actually scores on the backhand floater. 4:29 left in period number 2. Just shutdown time. That's all that it is. It's weird seeing number 7 and it's not Brady Tkachuk. It's actually Kyle Turris. I think I said this in a previous episode when we played the Sens that I believe it or not, I have a Kyle Turris jersey sitting in my closet, but and the reason it's like, why Kyle Turris? Because I needed a Senators jersey and I found one on eBay that was super cheap. It was the first edition of the Adidas jerseys that ever came out, and it's a red home Ottawa Senators jersey, and it has Kyle Turris jersey number and name on it. And it's not that I have any particular affinity for Kyle Turris. It's just I saw a cheap Sens jersey. It had Kyle Turris' number and name on it, and so I bought it. And so that's the whole story behind why I have that. I guess just because I got nothing else to talk about. We've just been in complete domination of this game. This is one of those games that's nice because it's not in flux. The lead's not in flux. This isn't even close. But we are, I haven't paid attention. I guess we are missing Begris. That's the one thing to be a little bit stressed out about, is I have not seen Chris Begris since he was dealt his injury. That's a little bit of a small blow to our team. Dropped off for Ming, but it goes out to center ice. Actually played back in by Ottawa. And now Virtanen can skate away with it at center. He'll dump it in. Basically, try to stay out of trouble in this game. No injuries. If we can avoid a big body check, that would be my plan. I set up Niederreiter, but he airmailed it over the net. Carlson was dogged by the forecheck of LeBlanc. Man, Conacher getting around Stahl. He's a big game player for Ottawa. Gonna have to stick a body on Corey Conacher in this game. Niederreiter handles to the boards. Down low, I'm looking for it up top for Hedman. Let's get our defenseman involved. I'll sling that along. Stahl low to the ice. Saved, of course, by Lehner. One of the few that he's made tonight. I love when we're in charge of a game like this. I can just play a very relaxed game to the very end. I can just play kind of chill. I don't have to push for offense either. We got all the offense that we needed. We'll just saucer that out to center ice. That'll be the end of 2 periods of play in this game. Just lock it down for the third. No injuries, especially at D. If Ottawa takes penalties for the rest of this game, they continue to take those stupid penalties, make them pay. Get a goal, make them pay. It was nice to actually have that 5-on-3 and everything, as sloppy as the 5-on-3 was in the power play, but the power play looked really good. We were able to work on the puck movement. I felt confident with the power plays. We felt really good even at 5-on-5. We felt good with the man advantage. Been in control of this game and looking like we're potentially, it's one game in, but it looks like, could this team make it back to the East Final? After a demoralizing loss in a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final against Edmonton, and then, of course, we were just taken to task in 5 games by Boston just a season ago. Didn't even get out of the first round. Hedman was joining the play. Send it down low. Kudrwinski's on that. Hedman trying to play it back down into the zone. Tamernis to the rescue. We've got a miniature 2-on-1 that was developing, but Tamernis took care of that issue. That's a big hit from Hedman, and it is, I would have some choice words with the officials if I was Ottawa about that. Hedman gets away with one. They called the major, of course, for the injury to Begris. No penalty of any kind on Hedman for that check that I'm certain was from behind. We'll chip that back out to center ice because I have 2 players right there on it. Ming on the drop pass. Shooting. Niederreiter tries to get the puck away from Toulouse, but it will be Yuri Toulouse skating away. Offside goes Berglund. The fact that the Sens are not playing a competitive game, kind of, it's an interesting game to describe because it's kind of a drag for me, even though I'm dominating. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not stressed about losing the game, but it's kind of a drag to play through because we're dominating this game so easily. There's nothing really to play for other than to just get out of the game with a victory and as clean of a bill of health as we possibly can do. Back for Weiss. Up top, Severson, just shoot it. I think this is a game now. It's all about getting your defensemen involved offensively. Let them have some fun. You're dominating. Let your third and fourth lines have some ice time. Let them get some fun. And let your defensemen have some fun. Kamayev. Windmill move into the pad of Lehner. He's going to scramble to cover. As it was a windmill deke right into the pad of Robin Lehner. I'm not even going to entertain the idea of a fight. No, I'm not going to entertain a fight. I don't need to fight for anything. You guys just need to go back to your dressing room at the end of this game, reconvene and regroup, and get ready for game 2. You don't need to get physical. There's a penalty. I would also give you a sound piece of advice. Don't take penalties. This Canadiens power play has torn the Ottawa penalty kill to shreds in this game. And we will attempt to do so yet again. Technically the 7th power play of the game for the Montreal Canadiens. There it is. Back up top. And, of course, I misaimed that pass for Pacioretty. I'm going to shuffle that along. Duchesne skate into it. I want to get everyone involved. Severson, Temertis, back for Severson. Shuffled on net. Saved by Lehner. That was a pretty weak shot, but it is what it is. At this point, I'm not really trying to score. Goodness, I told you the save percentage was in the gutter for Lehner. It's a game to forget about. Gotta erase this one from memory. He's turned the weird way, but we'll hold on to the puck here with Monahan. Want to get that puck moving behind the net. Okay, Niederreiter. Up top, Hedman. Just fire away. Whoa, deflection on net. Kujawenski looking for his second of the game and another power play goal for the Canadiens if we can get one. Oh, Monahan. The start to these plays off the face-off win are so interesting. I'm going through the seam. Hedman. There it is. Monahan was right there. Monahan in the middle. Nope. Down low. That was supposed to be down low. Passed into Lehner. A little bit sloppier on this power play so far. It's just practice as far as I see it. All of this is just practice. Cleared by Cowan. Glove down by Severson. Banked into center ice for Ming. We're going to chip that further in because we knew we were going to get pasted off the head of Ming and kept in, believe it or not. Niederreiter. He has to give chase. Delzato flings it toward the area behind the net of Lehner. Dumped in by Zibanejad. Fucale's going to take a penalty. He plays it outside the trapezoid. So we'll get 3 seconds of 4-on-4. Bit of a boneheaded play by the goaltender. Just stay in the net. But at least it's not a risky penalty at this juncture of things. We've got an easy victory in this one. I don't think they're going to score 5 goals in this period. In the last game that we played, which was Game 5 against Toronto, how many we scored? We came back from a 4. Oh my goodness, Lehner! My, every play for him is just an adventure tonight. That was the weird dump in off of the kick plate, right back in front at the feet of Lehner. Almost kicked it into his own crease, or into his own net. It was in his own crease. Their 2 goals have come on the power play in this game. Hedman tees up, big rebound save by Robin Lehner. Where are my other defenders? Stahl trying to take that shot away, spun to the ice surface and cleared. Pacioretty gonna push the issue on Lehner, who plays it off the high glass. It's set up perfectly for Corey Conacher, in fact. That was a smooth play by Lehner. Kept in by Carlson, deflects off of Stahl. He'll go at Mallette in the corner. Back to the point, Carlson. Knocked down by Pacioretty for Kishton. Zibanejad, one hand, and he scores. 3 for 3 on the power play. They've been very, very successful with the man advantage. I talked about making an adjustment when they scored their second goal of this game. I haven't felt that we've needed to with the 7 goals, but yeah, we're going to have to look at changing our penalty kill approach in the next game, and with how good this power play is performing right now. He had one hand on the stick, one-handed puck shield. For whatever reason, that caught Zach Fucale out. I don't know, never say never. 5 goals, totally possible. I'm going to wrap this behind the net. There you go. Ryan Kujawenski is on that. Pacioretty spins one on, saved by Lehner. The stick was whacked out of the hands of Patrick Wierkoch behind the play. Virtanen has taken a tumble. That is up to Duchesne. Windmill move. A deke. Toe drag shot on by Duchesne. Kujawenski fanned on his attempt. Conacher skates away again. He's going to run into the brick wall that is Temertis. We're going to leave this puck here. Saucer pass behind Pacioretty, played by Yuri Tulusti to the boards. Got to block one of these. Playing for our goaltender. What a save! What a save back, Zach Fucale. That was a really strange rebound. It was thrown into a maze of bodies in front of the Habs goalie. Watch this take a perfect deflection to the stick blade of Tulusti. But robbery on the other end in the blue paint, Zach Fucale. Well, that might be the save of this round. I don't know if it's the save of this playoffs. We want to get the puck. Okay. We're trying to set a breakout up here. I'm going to drop this right at the blue line. Berglund down low. Couldn't get it there. On the spot was Michael Del Zotto. The interception and dumped back in by Ottawa. Trailing by 4 now in the game. Now, I was going to talk about this, but the last game that we played against the Maple Leafs there in Game 5, we erased a 4-1 deficit. I thought it was a 4-1 deficit with 3 minutes to play in the game. 3 minutes. So an impressive comeback. More impressive than Game 6 against Detroit, I think, from the first round of Season 1. I'm going to dump this off the backhand. Not a whole lot of negative that I can say about our squad in this first game, other than the penalty kill is probably going to have to be better. I wouldn't even say it probably does. It definitely is going to have to be better as the series continues on. That's where Ottawa has gotten all their goals, their power play merchants. I pretend like I haven't scored a chunk of goals on the power play in this game either, but I can score any which way. 5-on-5, 4-on-4, shorthanded. We can kind of do it all. I'm just going to dump this. This is going to be a big body check. It was. It was. I knew it as soon as I saw Weiss. He lined him up. There was no question about the size of that collision. I don't know who received it, but you just don't want to be standing in the path of Maximilian Weiss when you're trying to break the puck into the zone. What the hell was that pass? Okay. Severson will collect it here. Back for Brassard. Oh, Brassard's been so good. I'm just toying with everyone right now on Ottawa. Toying with the AI. Those are a couple of nice toe drag dangles by Brassard up the boards. Brassard's going to try to do it again. It's a little behind him here. It's still behind him. Oh, then CC got the better of him with the stick lift. That was a good play. Behind the puck there from Cody CC. He'll have to dump this in. Kind of just playing the puck back and forth. A few back and forth games with Cody CC of the Senators there. Samuelson dumped in again. Mark Stahl. He'll settle this puck. We'll rim it weak side for the breakout. Niederreiter almost got around Talusti. Oh, okay. This penalty, I guess, happened in the slot area. I wasn't sure what had happened. I saw someone drop their stick. Hedman's going to go here with Samuelson, whether he wants to or not. Not sure what brought this on, but the Sens, obviously, they'd like to get a little bit of retribution for how poor they played in this game. And they're going to win that fight pretty handily. I don't know what brought that on. I totally wasn't looking in that area of the rink. Oh, it was Hedman. Hedman brought that on himself with a bit of a slightly cheap play on Berglund in the slot, I guess. Could you call that a cheap play? He got the 5-minute major for fighting. There is a penalty on the play. So this is a time to try our diamond PK out against Ottawa. They've been 3 for 3 on the power play on 6 shots. We're not going for anything. We're just going to flip the puck down the rink, see what happens here with Lehner. We'll get an attacking zone face-off. That's one way to kill off the penalty. I just want to use this as penalty kill practice now. We're going to win the game. That's a guarantee. That's a slam dunk that we're going to win this game. Yeah, tried to block that shot. I'm sure that was fun. Down low. Oh, did Kudrwinski take the penalty? Did he get away with it? I think he got away with a penalty. He slashed. He did. He got away with a slash. What a big break. No, not on Weiss's watch. He's doing great penalty killing work right now. Dumped in on a hard slap shot dump in as well. Oh my God, Patch ready. We're trying to see if we can actually kill a Sens penalty off. Big collision with Del Zotto from Monahan. He walks in front, shoots on Lehner, who's been pretty solid since he gave up goal number 7 in this game. Credit where it's due for later. But it's going to be regroup and reset time for this Sen squad before they get into game 2. They're going to want to reset themselves. A pretty poor showing in front of the home crowd. The 5-minute major was really the turning point in this game. They shouldn't have taken that 5-minute major. That played a big hand in this loss. And we do kill one off. Vovoda spins away from contact. Don't play scared out there now. That's a penalty on Stahl. That's really going to be a penalty on Mark Stahl. It's an elbowing penalty. I don't even have to know. I already know. I knew it. Elbowing penalty. Well, I mean, there's a minute left in the game now, so you don't have to kill off a full, 2-minute minor here. Hell, you can go take a major. You can take a major penalty if you want. I won't be too upset with it. I'm not saying we should go take a major penalty. Get on the boards for me, Duchesne. That's going to be kept in by CC. A bit of a lazy play, but we'll send it the full length of the ice now. Don't give this Ottawa power play any confidence here. And no breathing room either. Weiss with the destruction up by the ear of Fucali. He had that save picked off with a glove. We're going to go out to patch ready, and now Monahan is going to be in on a breakaway. Big save. Back for patch ready. He can't settle that puck down against Delzano, but nice to see the penalty killers are full charge. They're going after it. It doesn't matter what the situation is or what it calls for. They're going after it. What a save! Oh my goodness! Man, Zach Fucali, you are a monster. A man unleashed. He's had 2 of them in this game. And that keeps the Sens from scoring on that power play, keeping them off the board. Imagine if he made that save in a tie game or a 1-goal game. I would be going out of my mind. That save isn't as impressive as it perhaps could have been. Man, we were just crisp tonight with a lot of passing. We set up a lot of nice goals in this one. This was a beautiful game. A couple of breakdowns on the penalty kill. That has got to be adjusted. I loved that Nino Niederreiter goal on the power play. That was nice. Can we get a replay of the Fucali save? We get the Hedman fight with Samuelson. And that's Brassard's game-winning goal. That's it.